Something I can help you with?
What is this place?
It connects to the sanctuary. Less flashy than the Sainte-Chapelle entrance, but we own the building. Used to be part of our intelligence network. But the place has fallen on hard times.
How can I help?
I'll keep an ear out for any opportunities that come up. You might also speak to the Intendant about renovating the building itself.
I'm not exactly flush with coin just now.
Any revenues the Café generates are yours to do with as you see fit. The money is deposited in the chest in the study, and the more improvements you make...
The more revenue.
Quite. You might also find that expanding our reach into other districts will pay dividends.
Merci.
Here for a fight, monsieur?
Come again.
A training match, that is. An assassin can never be too well prepared.
Isn't our mandate to work in the shadows? Stay undetected and all that?
Call this the fallback option. Better to practice here in safety than pick a fight with ruffians in the streets. No?
Touché.
Come for a workout.
Impressive, no?
What is it?
An heirloom of the Brotherhood. That armor was worn by Thomas de Corniel.
I have no earthly idea who that is.
He led the raid that captured Jacques de Molay, broke the Templars' power in Europe for over a century. It used to be that an assassin who did a great service for the Brotherhood and for France would be given his armor in thanks. The seal that opens the vault was lost 200 years ago. It hasn't been opened since.
I can see why calling a locksmith was out of the question. Tell me about this seal.
It consisted of 3 rings, one for each of the 3 doors, but the seal was broken before it was lost. The fragments are no doubt scattered around Paris, with only the vaguest clues as to their whereabouts.
And if someone would find all of them, would you say that he had done a great service for the Brotherhood in France?
I suppose I would at that.
Paris, September 23rd, 1788. Dear Arno, I never thought I could be so bored in Paris. Can you imagine it? The greatest city in the world, and here I am, stuck in endless lectures from dawn to dusk. It's worse than that winter we spent in Strasbourg. Do you remember? When it snowed for a week straight, and we couldn't leave the house, and all the books in the library were in German. We convinced that cook the house was haunted by some young Frankish prince. And the poor man refused to leave his kitchen without a rosary in one hand and a Bible in the other. I miss those days. The things I'm learning from Father's friends are... well, I wish I could tell you about them. Someday, perhaps. But not now. And not like this. But still, I find myself missing those days. Missing home. Missing you. Next time Father comes to Paris, you must persuade him to bring you along. I remain always your Elise.
You're here. I foresaw that someone would come help me. I read the the tarot for powerful friends. And now some believe I influenced those friends, and they wish me harm. I have seen my enemies in a dream. Come with me and I will sense their presence. You, citizen, don't have long to live.
What? Mes marchandises vous plaisent bien after the next war, justement. Yeah. What probably didn't.
In my dream, one of the murderers was from the country. Yes, a farmer of sorts. Oh, he is dangerous. I feel an evil presence. Yes, he is somewhere nearby. I am sure of it. That's him.
Qui n'a pas sa coca? Veux-tu connaître la vérité sur les derniers événements parisiens? Mais si...
Come here, you! Look like you need a proper beating!
No! Gilbert! Shit!
Efficiently done.
Citoyen, une cocarde à ta boutonnière? Paris s'enflamme pour la révolution!
I feel that it's about to rain.
Arno, hello!
I remember now, a soldier out to kill me. Look for a man in uniform. A voice is whispering to me. Dark oh, wait, east or north? He's not clear. Possibly south?
Find this sheep!
That one, just as in my dream.
Get over here, you runt! I've got a bloody message for you! No tail over you!
Sense of the great beyond.
Stop! Right bloody there!
I have the distinct sense that a man in the legal profession wishes me harm. A lawyer. I sense a man.
Give me one reason I should everything stupid
I beg your pardon. It's you. There. Join the choir invisible.
Accorde-toi un moment de repos, je saurais te détendre.
Je crois que je vais avoir...
And a shady character. Yes, I see him in my mind's eye. A shyster. A bandit. The vibrations of danger are all about us. Even in this very spot. interesting future, I am certain.
Mais si tu veux, que tu ne saisisses pas Quatre coups pour le meilleur des nouvelles. Sans parti pris, sans aveuglement. Les faits, juste les faits, toujours les faits.
These cards, the cross and the lady, invoke Notre Dame Cathedral, continuing with the religious theme, monks. And this card, it is clear to me that an order of monks is after mystical power. They hope to find Nicolas Flamel's water of life in his long-lost laboratory somewhere here in Paris. This card, the key, they have found part of the mechanism that will unlock Flamel's door. You must go to Notre Dame and recover that mechanism.
Nicholas Flamel.
I have the great mechanism of the gods. We say nothing to anyone. We are in consecrated danger with flakes of neither the Templars nor the assassins must learn.
Elixir.
Send us a sign that we may find what we seek, and that we may use it with humility and discretion.
Come here, you! Look like you need a proper beating!
In Remanor, Carpals, God by Flamel, Brothers, I have
This rusty bit of metal must be part of the mechanism that Mademoiselle Lenormand was talking about.
Ah, you have recovered part of the mechanism, as I knew you would. Keep it. It is you who will unlock the secret. You are ready for the next step? Odd. I did not foresee that at all. I have an acquaintanceship with Denis Molinier, who dabbles in alchemy. I suspect that it is he who possesses the other part of the missing mechanism. I advise you to go to his house on the Ile Saint-Louis and steal it. Yes, steal it!
C'est une meuf particulièrement hideuse. C'est une meuf particulièrement hideuse.
sommes d'accord.
This rusty bit of metal must be part of the mechanism that Mademoiselle Lenormand was talking about. And this completes the mechanism. So much for the Templars.
Ah, the second part of the device. You have the necessary pieces. Return to me when you are ready to take the final step. This card here, the key, and here, the sun. Against these other cards, it is quite clear that many people are in search of Nicolas Flamel's secret laboratory that has remained hidden these hundreds of years. You are ready? I commend you, but I cannot help you. The final mystery of where to find Flamel's laboratory is beyond my powers. Only you can solve the enigma. My intuition tells me you will do well.
Go on, try it.
Nicolas Flamel. We await the interloper to take vengeance upon him.
Nicolas Flamel.
Let him come unknowing. Let him deliver the mechanism into our hands. Let us at last...
Have you brought the elixir? Oh, of course you have. I knew you would not fail me. Many thanks, my dear Arno. I foresee a great future for you.
C'est tout de même particulièrement hideux.
d'égal que la lumière de votre regard. Permettez-moi de vous... Ne parlez pas.
Cette féroce soldat qui vient jusque dans nos bras.
Pay the toll.
Venez!
Bloody royalist!
Il s'est passé quelque chose?
Come here, you cat!
Je ne me sens pas très bien.
Fitting in for you, you bastard. Good riddance.
Oh non, Seigneur! Allez chercher de l'aide! Il y a eu un meurtre!
Greetings, citizen.
Pour un vétéran qui a aidé nos amis d'Amérique à se libérer du joug anglais.
Little opposers!
Faites pas de mal.
Je jure! Sinners! Liberty has no use for you, bloody chap!
Citoyen, une coquille.
Where's your money? We can burn all the bridges. You've got no choice. Oh, no, you don't. Pay up. All right, you.
Vous cherchez des
morte.
Oh non.
Come here, citizen. Are you loyal to Rome or France? Swear loyalty! She'll make them back off. Swear!
Calm.
Why so bashful? Bashing's the only thing I got in mind!
Leave me alone. I've got a letter from Marat. Tu sais ce qu'on fait aux gens comme toi?
Prendre 60 livres par septième.
I am Madame Tussaud. I'm adept at making wax figures and death masks. I promised the Assembly I would make masks of famous victims of the guillotine. It's grisly, but it was the only way to get out of prison. And now someone has stolen the heads I was given. Could you please find them for me?
A friend found out something you might find important. She sent me this letter.
Rumor has it that a soldier who guards Sainte-Chapelle wanted the head of Olympe de Gouges. He was in love with her from afar.
The judge at the Palais de Justice, who condemned Jacques Hébert, apparently wanted Hébert's head as a trophy.
Oh. What? That's odd. What's your game, then?
What the hell's going on?
You have them. I can make the death masks and be safe. Oh, what a world in which we live.
That's 3 times this month.
I gotta eat. You gotta feed me. Works out.
Shut it. What do you want?
A lot of crime going on. Need help?
I've got things well under control, thank you very much.
What about all the murders you never solve?
I said shut it, Vidoc.
Think about it. He solves them. You get the credit.
Tell you what. Solve a murder, I'll give you a weapon out of the bin. Meanwhile, I have more important things to do.
Hey! I know the streets. I can help you out.
Why would you?
Because that stinking stupid pig of a police minister doesn't have the stinking stupid sense to do anything that might give even a grifter like me hope that someday, this city might not be a shitty place to live. And because I'm bored out my bloody mind!
Oh, for the love of God, Vidoc, shush!
Something kind of creepy about monks. Closed up like that in a big building. Sometimes that's hard on people. Better check out the monastery here on the island, though.
dear Lord. Friars Stanislas, Bernard, and even the respected Friar Benoit. And then Friar Jean. All dead. It passeth all understanding. 3 monks survived, praise God. But I dare not think. Is it possible that the murderer is one of them? Bah, ridiculous. Which of them would be capable of such an atrocity?
So much happened. First, the death of the elder monks. Friar Jean served them wine, and they immediately became very tired. They went to bed and couldn't be roused. I ran to the doctor. When I came back, what did I find? They were all dead. And there's Friar Jean, strangled at his desk.
Saw a monk right over there, starting a fire he was. A fire, here in the vineyard. Well, I yelled at him to get on out of there, and he ran off.
Well then, you asked for that. And there's more where that came from. I don't like having to wait for my money.
Parole, mais il se passe quelque chose?
I am very worried about Friar Honoré. He and Friar Jean were quite close. I fear Jean's murder has affected Honoré's sanity.
God's will cannot be understood by mortal man. We search and pray and do the best we can. Small hints can be discerned, say, in the writings of prophets. I believe Nostradamus is one. God's will cannot be understood by mortal man. We search and pray and do the best we can. The conspirators were foretold to die in their sleep. Jean was victim of a fratricide. Is it murder to fulfill a prophecy? It's all coming true, I tell you. Even this.
He's a bit off his nut, if you ask me. Arrest the madman. 9 times out of 10, you're right. Go ahead.
A woman's been found poisoned in an alley near the riverbank in Invalides. Yeah, good luck with that one. A professor has been found dead at a school just north of Luxembourg Gardens. Could be an experiment gone wrong, or a convenient opportunity for death. If you fancy yourself some fine leather, you can visit the tannery in Bièvre. You might be a little surprised by the secret ingredient in their chemicals.